Welcome, Leo, to another weekly timeless ghetto reading by Red Sapphire. If you're new to the channel, then welcome. If you're returning, then it's always a pleasure to have you on back. Let me remind everyone that these are general messages. That these messages are intended for entertainment purposes only, so that they may or may not resonate with you at this time, Leo. Also, keep in mind that these messages are timeless messages. So the spirit may be clarifying something that has happened in your past, something that may be happening in the now, or something that has yet to come. If the message does resonate with you, don't forget to press like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. And don't forget to hit share. If you're new, then let me introduce how I get my readings. I like to pick up energies from your recent past, present, and near future. I like to put out oracle cards in the beginning of each timeline in order to set a mood. And then at the end, I like to give you what I call the overall energies by reading the bottom of the deck cards. Today I will be using the Keepers of the Light oracle cards, followed by the Everyday Tarot, followed by the Modern Witch Tarot, and finalized by the Line Strider Tarot. So let's get right to your reading, Leo. So for your oracle card in the recent past, you have Bridget, Inner Strength, and the card reads, Move back to wholeness. Recognize that you have the power. So what I'm getting out of this, Leo, is that lately you've been involved in a lot of fakeness. You've probably been all in your head. You've probably been, thinking you all that. And Spirit is telling you to come down from that cloud and to remember that you are a regular, ordinary person just like everyone else. And that you have the power of being loved and liked without having to pretend to be someone that you're not. So let's move on to your first three cards in the recent past. So for your first three cards in the recent past, you have the Hierophant, followed by the Knight of Pentacles, followed by the Knight of Cups. And what I'm getting out of this energy is that someone very traditional, very old school, someone who considers himself or herself a scholar, very educated, someone who's, able to guide others, came and made you an offer of abundance that came along with love and security and stabilizations. And this person may be a Taurus or an earth sign, which is Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. So let's move on to your next three cards. In the next three cards, you have the Seven of Swords, followed by the King of Swords, followed by the Knight of Swords. So what I'm getting out of this energy is that when this person made you this offer, you were going through a part of your life where you were not ready to commit. You were enjoying yourself, you were having fun, and you did not want to pertain to just one person. And with this Knight of Swords, you played a role for this Taurus or earth sign and made them believe that you were someone that you really weren't. You pretended to be someone very serious, someone of a higher category, when you were really just a conniving liar and player. And you made this person believe that if they wanted you bad enough and if they pursued it long enough, that eventually they will be able to succeed. So let's move on to your last three cards. And in your last three cards, you have the Eight of Cups, followed by the Four of Cups, followed by the Hierophant. So now I'm convinced that you were probably interacting and dealing with a Taurus, Leo. And with this Eight of Cups, what I'm getting is that you walked away from this person's offer. You turned them down. You told them that you had no interest, that all you wanted to be was friends. And you walked away from something that had been probably very beautiful, because this person, like I said, is someone very traditional who believes in marriage and in loyalty. So let's move on to your present. For your present oracle card, you have Saint Germain, and it reads Karma Releasing. Move beyond drama, create your own path, make room for good energy. And what I'm getting out of this energy is that you you were involved in a lot of issues, a lot of drama. You were dealing with probably several people, and it was becoming out of control. At first, you had like maybe a little schedule set up, but eventually that schedule broke, and you were losing control of your player status. So instead, you chose to modify things and start anew. And you got rid of everyone who didn't serve you and only kept good vibes around you. So let's move on to your first 3 cards in the present. So for your first 3 cards, you have the Hangman, followed by the 9 of Cups, followed by the Tower. And what I'm getting out of this is that you found yourself stuck and stagnant. You decided that, hey, maybe I do want to fall in love. Maybe I do want to be with just one person. And as you thought which way to go and, who to pursue, you realize that the only person that could probably have offered you that 10th cup was that Hierophant. So you began to wish for them because you realized that you were wrong about your feelings towards them. You were wrong about how you view them, and you had an epiphany and a realization that made you realize that they could have been the one. So with your next 3 cards, you have the Temperance, followed by the 9 of Swords, followed by the 8 of Pentacles. And what I'm getting out of this energy is that this Taurus was very patient. They put a lot of time into you. And they were very passionate and understanding of your needs. They gave you space when you needed it. And they allowed you to, do some inner self-reflection and think on whether or not you wanted to pursue a connection with them. But every night that you did not give them an answer, Taurus spent a lot of time crying and moping and stressing and full of anxiety over you, Leo. And with this 8 of Pentacles, they did this because they felt that they put in a lot of work at trying to manifest you, and they ended up with nothing. And for your last 3 cards in the present, you have the Queen of Swords, followed by the Queen of Swords, followed by the Death card. And what I'm getting out of this Queen of Swords, the first one is that this is you, Leo. You're finally realizing that you were wrong. That, this Taurus was someone that could give you the things that you were manifesting and could make you feel whole once again. But by the time you went to communicate your truth to them, they were already looking elsewhere, because in their world, their truth is that you were not interested. You did not give them the time of day. You did not value their worth. And with this Death card, I'm thinking that this person chose to leave you behind and transform into something new and something better. So let's move on to your near future energy. So for the near future oracle card, you have Master Buddha, increased awareness, deep connection, trust your inner voice. So what I'm getting out of this, Leo, is that Spirit is telling you to trust yourself and your intuition when it speaks to you. Stay connected. Pray to the divine so that you could be aware of your surroundings, so that you could notice things before they have to come and smack you silly across the face like the Tower card did. And once you learn to trust yourself, learn to connect deep with those around you and those that you want to keep around, basically. If you don't enjoy them, let them go. Keep around only those that you trust, and listen to yourself as you move forward with all decisions. So for your first 3 cards in the near future, you have the Ace of Wands, followed by the 7 of Pentacles, followed by the 2 of Swords. So what I'm getting out of this energy is that you communicated wanting to start a new beginning with this person. You informed them that you were done with playing games. You were done with being a player. You were done with exploring your options. And that after you took off the veil that was covering your vision, you realized that the only person that you wanted to be with was them. And in your next 3 cards, you have the King of Wands, followed by the Fool card, followed by the Page of Swords. And what I'm getting out of this energy is that even though this person saw you as someone who was extremely sexy and attractive, someone that they would love to take a leap with, be a fool with, fool around with, they saw you now as immature, as someone who did not take them serious, as someone who was, kind of sneaky and omitted the truth at the time that the truth needed to be spoken. So let's move on to your last 3 cards. So for the last 3 cards, you have the 5 of Pentacles, followed by the King of Wands, followed by the Hangman. And what I'm getting out of this energy is that this person decided to, release your offer and not accept it. They left you out in the cold the way you had left them. And like I said, even though they saw you as someone sexy, they refused to be stagnant with someone who didn't see them for who they were. For who they were. For who they were from jump. Shit, I'm all tongue twisted. Okay, so let's move on to the overall energies with the bottom of the deck cards. Bottom of the deck cards, you have the Oracle card, Diana. Focus, intention. And the card reads, think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. So what I'm getting out of this energy is that Spirit is telling you to manifest what you want. Wish and pray for it. And set your sights high so that even if you don't get the top of the Empire State Building, you can at least probably get the 3rd to top floor, And, as long as you think positive things will come towards you. And with this 2 of Wands, I'm thinking that you made a decision, but you made a decision a little too late. You were there busy looking at the time, wondering, when should I make my move? When should I make my move? And by the time you decided that you wanted to offer this person this, 10 of Cups, it was already too late. Because by that time, this person had already walked into a 3 of Pentacles, a new connection with someone who accepted them and loved them from day one, and didn't have to wait around to realize after fucking eeny, meeny, and miny, and mo, didn't have to wait to realize that, they were the one, basically. So this is what I have for you guys this week, Leo. I hope that it resonated with you. I hope that it helped clear up a few issues that you may have been encountering. If the message did resonate, don't forget to press like. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and ring that bell. Don't forget to hit share. And don't forget to catch your reading next week. Bye.